Murder accused Isaiah Mahlamba has been denied bail, but his co-accused, Sekola Matlaletsa, is a free man. This is in connection with the killing of farm manager, Brendin Horner. Horner's body was found tied to a pole. Govan Whittles is following the story for us. He was in court earlier, joins us now live. So, Govan, applicant 1 heading to the High Court to oppose the bail ruling.
Yes, Sekola Matlamba's lawyer says that he's not happy with the way that the judge or the magistrate handed down this judgment in the bail application, pointing out that Mahlamba had denied that he had ever lied to the police regarding on whether or not the shack had been locked, and he also denied the testimony of his girlfriend Pinky. Both of those facts are really important because that's what the magistrate used to deny bail. He said the fact that Mahlamba lied about the shack next door being locked, and the fact that that was perhaps to conceal the fact that there was a chest freezer which had trousers in it with the blood stain means that he shouldn't be allowed to go on to get bail. And also the fact that his girlfriend is a very important witness in this matter means that Mahlamba could intimidate her to deviate from her statement to the police. Let's have a look now at what his lawyer had to say.
I've already indicated earlier with that piece of evidence that my client has made it very clear that he had no reason to lie to the police. He said to them, he stays in the shack one, and the other one belongs to the brother. But of course, the presiding officer, it's one of the issues that he has mentioned, that he took into account. But there's other issue that he has got. He has also mentioned regarding to the issue of alibi, that the girlfriend indicated that my client was there, and at a later stage, he was not around and came back at 4 o'clock. But you remember that there was a witness of the state who said he saw them, both of them, 6 o'clock in the morning, including applicant number 2. Now, it doesn't make sense that if the lady says applicant number 1 was at home at 4 o'clock, and there's another state witness, don't forget that both of them are state witnesses. The other one says we saw him at 6 o'clock. Right? So my view that the presiding officer has at, and of course we'll go through the judgment, and once we have received instruction from the legal elite, we'll then proceed with the appeal in Bloemfontein.
So the co-accused in this matter, Sekola Matlaletsa, granted bail. Is his legal counsel actually concerned about his safety now?
Not entirely, Shahan. They're happy with the decision, firstly, from the magistrate, but also believe that the magistrate's views on him not bowing to pressure, that there could be public violence, means that the threat is probably dissipated at this point. And he believes that there isn't any evidence to suggest that Mr. Matlaletsa would be under threat in his community, saying that he plans to go back to his home where he's staying and continue with life as normal. Of course, he does have strict bail conditions which require him to report to the police station and also not make contact with any of the witnesses. Interesting part here is what the magistrate had to say regarding the testimony of the investigating officer, that one of the witnesses had allegedly been threatened through a third person by the brother-in-law of Mr. Matlaletsa. But in this case, the magistrate saying that since the accused was behind bars when that happened, he doesn't believe that it could have been linked to Mr. Matlaletsa. Let's have a look at what his lawyer had to say.
Look, we actually welcome the decision by the court to grant him bail. Particularly, we would have noticed in the judgment that that part of concern was really addressed in the judgment by the magistrate, that already there are no threats towards his life if he was to be admitted to bail. But of paramount importance is the reaffirmation of the our constitutional values as a country, that we have to uphold the rule of law.
I believe you spoke to some of the farmers there. What are they saying?
Yeah, I just spoke to one farmer, Jess de Klerk. He's usually representing the farmers that met with Becky Tele, so he's a good measure of the feeling of the farming community, also belonging to the Farmers Union here in Senekal. But of course, this is a matter which involves Paul Roo, Senekal, as well as Bethlehem. And the farmers saying that they are disappointed in the magistrate's judgment. They believe that he should have kept them behind bars because of the previous criminal records of these two accused who had been involved allegedly in stock theft. And they believe that there won't be any harm that befalls them, but they know that tensions are quite heightened and there's a lot of unhappiness among the farming community.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Govan Whittles is in the Free State.